Good morning! Welcome to Morning Brew.
Weekend edition. I'm Kiki.
I'm Lake.
How is everybody doing?
We don't know.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I am a little bit tired.
Uh-huh.
But overall, I think we're going to be okay.
Great.
Because we did, our little day.
I know.
Yeah, that was good.
Mama.
Yeah. Mama.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I heart Budapest. This past. I do love Budapest.
And I am a mama.
I actually got this in Hungary back in the fall,
Yeah.
and I went on a trip over to Europe with my husband. He's Hungarian, and he's always wanted to go to the motherland, so we went with our son.
Yeah, not me.
And his woman, Chloe.
Yep.
And we had a great time.
Yeah, you guys did.
Yeah, we did.
It was good.
It wasn't just Hungary. We kind of surprised them. We left here. We went to London because my husband loves fish and chips. So I made a long layover so I could take him into London to get fish and chips. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we flew into Luxembourg. And then from Luxembourg, we went to my son's house in Germany. Yep. And then we drove to Austria, went to Vienna. Then from there, we went to Hungary. And then from Hungary, we went to Slovenia. A beautiful country. What a surprise. And then we went to Italy and went from Venice all the way over to Lake Como. Then we went to the Matterhorn in Switzerland and then made our way back to Germany. But I could talk about all that another time. I just happened to have the shirt on, so I mentioned it. I love Budapest. Lots of fun stories from around the world.
Oh, yeah. That's another
but
subject.
We did travel.
Yeah, we did.
This week, we didn't go around the world, but
No,
we did take a beautiful drive.
Yeah, we did. We went up to the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and we just enjoyed being out of our house, taking the girls outside, going to a place that we absolutely love, and it was just good to take the day off.
Yeah. That's where we go when things start getting
crazy.
Like we can feel it. Yep. We can feel it.
The pressure's coming.
We're about to break.
Yeah.
We escape up to the mountains. It has always been a favorite place of mine since I was a child. My aunt and uncle live up there, and we would go up there when I was little, and then I carried that on through to Rob. And then when we had children, and then Lakin has brought her husband and her children, my granddaughters, they love it. And that's what we do for peace. We go to the mountains.
What?
I have a problem. We'll get back to the mountains. I've been watching our videos.
Uh-huh.
And when I put my hand, look at how big my hands look when they're up there. They're like meaty hands. Like everything goes when I get up.
And we.
Yeah. So I don't know how to.
Well, maybe we just need a different setup.
Touch a lot of things. I fidget. It's probably annoying to people.
Okay, but that's why I like when I'm coaching. Yeah. I always have like a necklace or my earrings. Like I'm always doing something because I get nervous for them, and so I'm always.
Well, I'm not nervous. I'm just annoying
Okay, well, I can't help you. I was trying to help your case, but whatever. So
anyway, back to New Hampshire. So when we went to New Hampshire, Lakin for years now has been wanting to go to this bakery, Jack and Finn's in Littleton, New Hampshire. Shout out Jack and Finn's. We finally got to go there. Finally, because every time we've got, they're closed. They ran out of their cupcakes. Stuff.
Yeah.
It's literally been years since they opened. She saw right away and wanted to go. Several attempts. This time, dare I say it to her, I was like, I think we might be able to make it to your bakery today.
We did. And we made it. And it was good.
Well, let me tell you.
I honestly, though, all of what we ended up doing worked out because, as we were leaving, death was the sky.
Oh, yeah. So, it was going to start getting bad. Well, we got there. Yeah. We drove up the back way, which we always do. Pretty. We always go through Dartmouth, and, we love that. And everybody talks about who's going to go there, who's not.
Yep.
Right now, we have Rory wanting to go to Yale, Ella wanting to go to UMass Amherst so she can have her. Do you see the size of that blackbird out there?
No.
Look at that blackbird on the fence.
I don't see it, Mom. Oh! Yep.
Hi, buddy. Huge, like this big.
Okay. Anyway,
okay. So, and then Ella wants to go to UMass Amherst because she, wants to stay home and with us forever. Yep. And then Lulu wants to go to Johnson and Wales with the aspiration of then flying to Paris and learning how to do more of her, become like a professional, top level, I don't know what you call those people, baker. She wants to be a
she really wants to do
fancy baker. That's what the plans are now. But, she was supposed to be a cardiologist and my son was supposed to be an oceanographer. Yeah. Right? An oceanographer?
Mm-hmm. Well, I will
I
say,
love the dreams of children.
I will say, though.
Yes.
The dream has not changed for Lulu and Ella.
No, but they're still very young.
Well,
we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Anyway, so we went up the back way. We went through Dartmouth, and then we came up to Woodsville and heading up towards Littleton, and we were hungry. We were very hungry. Well, first we stopped at this place.
Oh my gosh!
In Haverhill, right?
Yeah.
In Haverhill, New Hampshire. We stopped at this new place.
We were all ready to get out.
We were gonna have ice cream before we had lunch. We were all ready to get out. I somehow screwed up the parking lot, so I end up turning around towards the back.
Yeah, where they drop off the deliveries or whatever.
And I saw the most frightening. Well, the second most frightening. The first one was that Ware guy. Yeah. He scared me. If zombies are a thing, we saw a zombie.
Yeah,
we saw a zombie.
Literally was death.
We saw a zombie.
It was not normal.
No.
What?
He had, first of all, we're in the mountains, so why he's wearing a yellow sport, suit jacket is beyond me. He was walking.
Yeah,
with a complete
dead face.
But the eyes were so
they were
evil.
Sunken in, and black. And
he was just looking, watching.
Yeah. And as we're turning around,
I said, "Girls, we're not staying. No ice cream."
Yeah, I said, "We're not
zombies here."
I said, "We're not getting out here. We're just gonna keep going."
There was a zombie. He was a zombie. It was The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he had to have been.
Holy crap! It was
death.
It scared me.
Death.
I'm still thinking about it.
Oh boy.
So we saw it, right? Yeah. It was real.
And well, that's what I said. Maybe it was just we saw it, but no one else did. No one was by him.
Have you ever thought about that? That you see people that other people don't see?
Yeah.
You're walking down the road and you see somebody and then
guy.
But nobody else sees them, just you do. Ooh. Okay, so we're in New Hampshire. We see the zombie. I'm we're out of there. We drive through Woodsville. Did we already stop at Did we already go to the country store before then and get the drink? Oh yeah, we went to a really cute little country store. And then we went up and then it's okay, are we going to just go straight up and go to Littleton and just go right to lunch? Or do we want to cut over to Woodstock and go to our favorite little restaurant? So I was, like Robert Frost. What path was I going to take?
I said, let's go this way.
Right. And when we come back, we'll finish our day trip.
We're back.
To continue our discussion on the day trip on this very rainy but yet cozy day. So we were talking about that we were in New Hampshire. We got up. We were either going to go straight to Littleton or to Woodstock. She decided that we should go to Woodstock. Yeah. We love to eat at a restaurant there. So we made our way through the western part of the Kangamangas Highway, went all the, down by the river and everything. Get to Woodstock. Everyone's so excited because we're finally going to
Pull
eat.
In.
Okay? We're going to eat. We're happy. Mm-hmm. Not just the restaurant.
The whole town.
Closed.
For spring break.
Closed for spring break.
They're not coming back till next week.
No, ghost town.
Yeah, nobody was there.
Now we got Hangry Lulu in the back.
You don't want to deal with Hangry Lulu.
No.
She's not nice.
Right. So, one of their favorite places is Polly's Pancake Parlor in Sugar Hill, New Hampshire.
Yep.
I say to Lakin, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Because the White Mountains isn't like, you know, place after place after place after place. All of these things, you know, easily accessible. You know, like, no, like now we're in this town, and to get to the next town, we're either going over the eastern part of the Kangamangas highway, like through the mountains, or we're going up through Franconia Notch to get up to go towards Littleton. But like these aren't close places.
No.
But between Woodsville and between Littleton is Polly's Pancake Parlor in Sugar Hill. I like look it up. The girls love it. She says
they close at 3.
No, you did not. You said they close at 2.
They closed at 2.
And it was 1:05. And I said, we can make it. We pedal to the metal, baby.
I don't think I've had a tight grip on the handle in such a long time. Literally, I was like, woo, woo.
My husband didn't nickname me Mountain Mama for nothing, okay? I know how to get through those mountains. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. Through the notch we went.
Yeah.
Boom. Take your pictures. Put it on video. We gotta get to Polly's.
Let's go.
Well, we made it.
Yeah, we did.
Excuse me.
We did make
Polly's we went.
Mm-hmm. And we had a really nice lunch there with the kids. You know, they love going there. And
maple everything.
Yeah. Literally, Lulu loved that.
Yep.
She put
maple spread.
Yeah, maple spread, maple sugar, maple syrup,
maple
everything.
hot sauce.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were obsessed.
Yeah, they had their chocolate chip pancakes, and we both had Irish Benny.
Yep. It was good.
It was wonderful.
And then,
so then from there, we were going to Littleton.
Yep.
And that's when I dared to say, I think we might make it to that bakery.
Mm-hmm.
I think today might be the day.
Yeah, and I went on their Facebook and I was like, well, that's what closed at 3.
Yes.
And went on their Facebook to make sure that they had their cupcakes and they had all the things, which they did. And I said, okay, like, let's go try. So we did.
And we made it.
Yep.
She finally got to go to Jack and Finn's.
Yeah.
What kind of cupcakes did we get?
Well, we got mocha.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly. I think it was just
What
vanilla.
was the butterfly?
I think it was just the decoration. Like, I don't think it was actually a thing. And then we got cookies and cream and another, like, birthday one.
A peanut butter.
And a peanut butter. And then I was supposed to have gotten the salted caramel cupcake.
Oh, Jack and Finn's.
And
you made a naughty.
Yeah, okay. Long story short, when we got home and we got into the cupcakes and I got mine and I tasted the icing and I was like the one part and I was like, wow, this is really good. And then when I actually went in for the big bite, it was not. It was like a apple pie cupcake and I don't like.
She doesn't like warm apple.
No, I don't like.
Apple.
I don't like that. I'm like a let me go pick an apple off a tree type of apple person.
So no Jack and Finn's cupcake for her. But I felt bad.
And she shared hers.
I did.
And it was very good. Some of your mocha.
Not like half, maybe even a little more. It was a lot. There's been so much sugar since.
Oh my gosh, we're trying to get it out of the house.
Yeah, and we got to get it out of the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's that.
But
so we did that. We walked Main Street, took the kids to Chudder's. Chudder's has the world's largest candy counter.
Yeah.
But first timers beware. I'm not sure if you realize how much 1 pound of candy is, but it's not a lot. And at Chudder's, it's $17.99 a pound. Lakin learned the hard way.
Yeah, Lulu hustled me.
A couple years ago, Lakin came out like white as a ghost. I was like, what happened?
I was like, I just paid, I think it was what?
$56.
Yeah, I was like, I paid $50-something for candy. And she says, well, what happened? I said, well, no one was watching Lulu. And she put 4 of those big jawbreakers,
like the size of baseballs.
In her bag, along with all of her candy. I was like, so this time, That did not happen.
Yeah, so we actually
was on it.
Yeah,
Keeks
I was on
it.
it. I actually, instead of the $17.99 for the pound, which is like nothing.
Yeah.
I said you each get $5. You get to pick out of this section. So the section that I took them at had individual priced candy, gummies, sour spray, lollipops, whatever. They were so happy with that.
That was good.
They got that Warhead sour spray.
Yeah, they did that old.
That was
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that was like Lakin and her brother when they were little used to get that stuff.
It was good.
So we did that. And then it was time to head home, and just at the right time because the sky started getting very dark.
It rained a little bit.
She had me stop to get her a coffee.
Yep.
And then home we came.
Yeah, and it was a good day.
It was a nice day to get away.
It was a good reset. Even, yesterday at regionals there, Sandy said, "How was your day?" And I said, "It was really good, actually."
Yeah,
so
it was nice to have a day down. It really was.
And now?
So today we have an adventure for the girls.
Yeah, we're going to take them because they have their banquet for cheerleading next Sunday. So I'm going to go and get them their little outfits. All the preppy girly pop stuff. We're going to be in for a very girly pop day. But that'll be good for them.
Right. And I'm trying to hunt down some kind of cozy yet light, because it's still spring and not freezing out, recipe of something to make today for dinner.
Yeah.
But who knows, maybe we'll just bring something home, but we have to stop all that. Life for us is about to change, but we'll tell you about that next week.
Yeah. It's gonna be, we feel like it's just gonna be an adjustment.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week though.
Okay. So that's what we did on our day off.
Yeah.
And
it is.
We're gonna.
I just want to quickly address that it's the draft. This weekend is the draft. I'm excited about some stuff.
Okay.
One of the things that I'm excited about is that we got Trayvon from Ohio State.
Yep.
I love the Buckeyes. My whole family love the Buckeyes. So he is coming to the New England Patriots. However, our first round pick. This kid. This kid, Will Campbell.
Yep.
From LSU, this Southern boy is coming to New England. He's adorable. Like his heart is like you can just see it oozing out of him.
Very cute.
Emotional,
eyes are big.
like he's so excited.
No idea what's going
but
on.
I saw the best video because this morning I saw a video where they were bringing him to Mr. Kraft's private jet, and you could see in his face that he was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he gets on the jet and he barely fits because he's this huge offensive lineman, and he's just. So cute, and then they opened up the newspaper, which was, I believe it was the Boston Globe.
Yeah, because it
had his picture in it.
And the Red Sox was on there.
Yeah, so I'm
cute.
very excited about this kid. And they said, how did he feel about protecting, Drake? And he was like, I'll fight for him and protect him to my death, or what.
Yeah,
he's just a nice Southern kid, huge teddy bear.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him. For him.
And then we'll see what happens.
I'm rooting for him. So hopefully this year, we're not going to go to the Super Bowl. I hope I'm wrong. That would be awesome. But I'm hoping that we get back on track, And we went past the time.
No, we didn't. It's still going.
Oh, we didn't? Okay.
But